Deborah, I'm going to start with you. How did the two of you meet?
Me and Mark met while we were going to school, college together about 10 years ago. I didn't even know if he was my ideal dream person at the time. I mean, I've known Mark while he was straight, while he's gone through the whole transition. And so we didn't have the dreamy relationship. You know, we weren't, it started off, we were very, it was very platonic. We were strictly friends, just hung out, gradually got to know each other very well. Mark was always pursuing me and trying to tell me, you know, let's start planning our, you know, our wedding day together. Let's start planning this together, and really always painting this beautiful picture. And I'm like, Mark, I don't look at you that way. You're like my brother to me.
What was it? I mean, what was lacking there? Why did you think of him as just a brother?
It's chemistry. We had chemistry in all other aspects of a relationship except for that one. So just when I started to think that maybe I could work on that area, well, I didn't have the choice was no longer mine, because then I realized, you know, and I found out that
How
Mark
did
was
you realize that
homosexual.
he was gay?
We were on vacation in Florida, and I had met somebody, a guy, and I had never met a guy that affected me beyond, say, a friend or something. And Deborah and I, actually, he had a girlfriend too, so the four of us went on a double date. It was kind of funny. And he and I had already sort of met before. And so the four of us were like these, you know, we felt like we were these glamour couples. It was sort of funny, and we were all like smiling and glowing with redness. And anyway, she's like, oh, he's really hot. And I was like, yeah. And later on,
The question I really want to know is, did you know you were gay when you were pursuing her?
no. I mean, the feelings were sort of there, but I really loved Deborah. I went after Deborah. It had nothing to do with anyone else. You know, I wore her down.
Deborah, did you ever suspect that he was gay, or was it a shock to you when you found out?
No, it wasn't a shock to me, but I didn't suspect it either. I mean, I wasn't taken back like, oh my God, you know, I just, okay, well, tell me how it happened.
Okay, Deborah had a problem sexually with Mark. My question is for Mark. How did you feel sexually toward Deborah?
Well, the first couple of years, I was very sexually motivated towards her. I mean, remember I used to tuck you into bed in the dorm?
He usually pursued women in the sense that, how will this make me look to the other guys? How will this, you know, how will...
Oh, yeah,
Was
you know,
that,
like guys
does that go
running
back
packs.
to being gay and maybe wanting to look more attractive to other men, or look more powerful and more of a catch?
I think it was part of the adventure of everything. It had nothing to do with being gay or straight.
Because it was too
It was the
early
pack
in
of
the
guys I ran with. You know,
relationship.
we all had like our girlfriends.
Was this the first relationship you had with a man, and how many have you had since then?
Oh, wow, no. No, yeah, that was a
It's kind of personal, don't you think?
well, you can't write to the...
Maybe if you had a gay encounter with somebody else before this man that you had met when you went on a trip.
No, that was the first person I had dealt with, you know, in that situation.
So there are a lot of people that don't believe in bisexuality. Do you believe that there is such a thing as
Yeah,
bisexuality?
I believe there's a scale of 1 to 10, and like, you know, 1 being hetero, 10 being homo, and like a 5 is in the middle. And like I fall around like the 7. I'm more, you know, on the homosexual side. You know, everybody in here cannot honestly tell me they haven't looked at somebody of their own sex, at least looked at them. Doesn't mean they had sex with them or anything, but they admired the way they looked, their hair or something. That's sort of, in a way, homosexuality. It's just not acted upon. And so that's where you can change it. Yeah.
I even disagree.
People
so-
disagree.
But Deborah-
You disagree?
No.
Well, I don't think just looking at somebody, because I look at a woman and if she's attractive, has a nice figure. Oh, sure, I'll say, gosh, she must, you know, work out. She's very beautiful. She's got a great figure. Well, Mark will look at me kind of funny and go,
What's
see,
going on?
tendencies. And I go, I'm not looking at her sexually.
She doesn't want to jump her.
I don't have
No, I
any
didn't say it,
inkling
no.
to go and, yeah, exactly, to jump her.